Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. Today, this is a really interesting piece. Before I get started, uh, regular visitors to my channel will know this. I've said this plenty of times. But before I get started, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm about to give a history of this pocket knife, but please understand that I have not been doing this very long and I constantly get stuff wrong. Even on my best days, I will get stuff wrong a lot. So just take everything I'm about to say with a grain of salt. My best resources are the internet, and we all know how accurate the internet is. So just keep that in mind as I go through this knife. And the reason I'm saying that is because of what I believe that this folding knife is. From the title, you could see it's a Evans of London folding pocket knife thing. And here is the old stamp says Evans London. And what I'm reasonably certain this is a part of a surgical kit. And the surgical kit would have been from circa 1850s-ish. So I believe this is tortoise shell, and this would be probably carbon steel blade. So, from my research, from what I can tell, this was made by John Evans and Company. It was a British maker of surgical instruments. And they were in business between 1676 and 1874. And and so this would be in surgical kits that surgeons would travel around with. They made surgical instruments for the Navy and Army. And so there's a lot of these going on in the Mexican-American War and Civil War. And so let me see. I'm checking my notes. Do I have any other info? This would either be known as a bistoury knife, or I've also seen it called just a folding curved probe. This end is pretty sharp, and this end is blunt. So it's got a little blunt tip thing here. And so from what I can tell, it was kind of used to cut sort of upwards, kind of like a scalpel, and then this would be so you didn't like nick things, nick organs and stuff while you're doing that. So John Evans in business, I already gave the year's business on 10 Old Change in London. So yeah, pretty crazy. I have zero clue on how this would have ended up in my grandfather's pocket knife collection in Northern California. He didn't, as far as I know, wasn't special into surgical instruments or anything. Yeah, real interesting piece. No idea how valuable this is or anything. The biggest amount of information that I got was from finding a listing like this and a selling of a surgical kit. This is part of a larger kit. And yeah, it's it's a little bit damaged. It's got some cracks in there, as you can see there too. But the blade itself is just in fine shape. It's got the usual tarnishing and stuff, but nothing particularly wrong. This is such a funny little guy because it's on the bottom of the tub of knives in my grandfather's collection, just sort of sitting there. And the whole time, I saw Evans London, my first thought with this is, that fashion Evans of London kind of thing. But the more I investigated, the more I found out about it. I don't think there's anything else to it. Yeah, I just thought it was just kind of I thought it might be a razor or something, but that's From what I can tell, it's this surgical instrument from the 1800s. I mean, it could have been earlier, doubtful, but if they're in business from 1676 on, you never know. But yeah, I'm gonna guess 1800s. So, yeah, it doesn't no snap or anything. It's not like it's spring. It doesn't have a spring or anything. Just opens with that little guy and just closes like that. It fits nice and everything. So yeah, from being so old, terrific shape. So yeah, super interesting. Very lightweight, very delicate kind of thing. So that's the other kind of funny thing about it, that it's survived this long. And just when I think about it, it just kind of trips me out how the journey that this thing has made, assuming everything that I found is correct, from London through surgeon's bag out to Northern California and Southern California in my little old garage in the suburbs of Southern California. But yeah, so that's pretty interesting little piece. I'm gonna be curious where it goes next. I don't think I'm gonna be keeping it. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you like that little piece of history, and I'll catch you next time.